That- Greetings, my first learners and my great viewer. I'm so delighted that you're back here again. You asked for Dan, he is back again. Yes, for those who may have known Dan, Dan is a career coach and he has done this for quite a while. He has seen the results, and I'm so happy that I've gone to his classes, though not all of them, and I have seen the results. Yes, he's a career coach and a leadership coach. Yes, for those who might want to ask where I met him at our LYP meetings and networking, the leadership and leadership classes. Forgive my L. Yes, that's where I met him. Yes, today he's going to talk to us on why we need not keep following money, but do what we need to do so that money can follow us. It is possible. Welcome, Daniel. Yes.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate to be here. We are here to talk, yes, about money, but on the contrary, I'm going to start by saying, stop chasing the money. Don't go after the money. It might sound counterintuitive, yes, but money, as we will find out, is a byproduct of something else. So instead of focusing 100% on money, I want you to start focusing on continuous learning, on developing yourself. Because when you focus on your own learning and continuous learning, then as a byproduct, you will be able to attract the money. I don't know if you have grown up in the village. When I was in the village and you want to catch the chicken, instead of running after the chicken, you look for those maize or grains, throw at it, and the chicken will come. That is the same analogy when it comes to money. Instead of chasing the money, focus on continuous learning and the money will come. So what do I mean about that? This continuous learning in other circles will be referred to as personal development. And I believe this is the greatest investment you can be able to do to yourself. When you talk about personal development, the best definition I have come up with would be when you're very intentional and deliberate in terms of trying to improve a certain skill that you already have or acquiring a new skill that will help you achieve a certain goal. So you find that, yes, there's a goal in mind, then you do some planning, find your training, get some creativity in there. And at the end of it, that will enable you to achieve your goal. So let's look at the case study, or look at how exactly then do we end up getting this money? How is this continuous learning? How is this personal development actually ending up in you making money? So the first thing we ask ourselves is, why do we get paid? Yeah. Why do you get paid if you are an employee? You are employed. Why do you get paid if you are running a business? It is only when you are able to provide value, and so the payment is a compensation of the goods and services that you have offered. And because the other person sees that as something of value, they can only compensate you with the money. So I think from my commerce or business studies, it said money is an exchange of value. Yeah. So when you have 100 bob and you have 1,000 bob, they are made up of the same paper, but they represent two different values. Yeah. So the first one would be at 100 bob, I can just go to a restaurant in town and get some chips, especially those restaurants where you just go by, you just self-service, you're eating while standing and you don't have even a fork, you are using toothpicks. Yeah. That is the value you exchange for that. But with the same 1,000, I can still be able to buy a meal of chips and chicken, but in a bigger restaurant whereby the environment, the serene is different. And so that is the value that I'm exchanging for that money. Same piece of paper, not same meal, but the value is different. So think about how then can I be able to bring in more value so that in exchange, I can be able to get more money. And in an ideal situation, the more valuable you are as an individual, The more valuable you are as a employee, the more value you bring in through the services that you're offering, it goes, then you get more payment. Yeah. 1 million, you're willing to give more money for it because it represents more value compared to others. So as individuals, don't think about now goods and products, services. How do you become valuable as an individual? I will tell you this. For you to become valuable, it's not about luck, it's about adding skills onto yourself. And these skills are the things that make you valuable as an individual. And you will find people who are paid different amounts in an organization is most of the time based on the skill level of what value they're bringing in. And we have two types of skills. We have what we call technical skills, or sometimes known as hard skills. And these are the key skills that are needed in a specific career. For example, if you're an accountant, you need to have the CPAs, the book balancing, all those things. If you're an engineer, certain technical skills you need to have. If you're a lawyer, you need to know about the constitution, all those things. But we also have what we call soft skills. And these are skills that cut across all the careers. You can be a teacher, you can be an engineer, you can be, and you will still need these skills. For example, we have communication skills, presentation skills, leadership skills, organization skills. And so what I want you to really ask yourself as you try to add more value to yourself, what is it that is going to move me to the next level? What is one technical skill in my field, in my career that I can use to get to the next level? And what soft skill can I use? Can I gain? Can I improve? Can I become good at? That will help me become more valuable. Here are the benefits of you focusing on developing yourself, on getting more skills. Number one, you become more competent. It increases your competency. And you find that actually the whole idea of experience, why someone with more experience tend to be doing much better than someone who doesn't have more experience, is about competency. So the more you seek continuous learning, you increase your competency. On the other hand, as you increase your competency, you also increase your confidence, and the two go hand in hand. The more confident you are, the more competent you become. The more competent you are in what you do, the more confidence you get. Then that leads to you being more efficient and effective. And now this is where the exchange value comes in. When you're able to present yourself and say, I can be able to do this task within the shortest time possible, and I can still be able to bring in the most value, become more competent, more competency, and that by default will open doors for you for career progression. I don't know if you have heard of people who are poached from one company to another, from one media house to another, from one, I don't know, organization to another. Why? Because this competency, the confidence, the being more effective and efficient, this is actually what opened doors for you. Now, you wonder, how then do I learn? Do I need to go back to school? I have some good news for you. You don't need to go back to school. Yeah, opportunities are out there. And in this day and age, there's so many learning modes. You can decide to read books. You have had, together with Mother, we met in this leaders and readers club, where we read books. And some of the knowledge that we get from these books are just mind-blowing. Most of the stuff that I'm very competent at, public speaking or presentation, I didn't go to a school for. I read books and I have learned how to apply that. So that would be one avenue. You can just start by books. The other thing, podcasts. I think I started 2016 there, 2017 is when I discovered about podcasts, and it just changed my way of thinking. I listen to podcasts anytime I'm commuting, and this is making my commute university on wheels. I can listen to other people, to interviews, to experts discussing stuff. And yeah, that would be a great learning opportunity. YouTube is another resource. You are watching this video on YouTube and you're getting value out of this YouTube video. Sure. You decide and say, this is a specific skill that I want to gain, and I will go to YouTube and I will be able to watch videos on this section and become good at it. And then we have online courses. We have free online courses, we have paid courses, you decide what you want to go for. And this is just a tip of the iceberg in terms of the opportunity and also getting certification. Mother, I don't know what you have to, what do you think about what we have shared so far? I know I still have something else I would want to share to continue. But I want
No,
to.
so far I'm thinking if I had never gone to your class, I would learn right now and ask you, so what courses do you have? I am not better placed to tell my viewers what courses you have, but I must confess some of the courses that I learned from your school is what has made me improve my competency and improve my confidence in what I am doing right now. I must also confess that YouTube, I was so green when I started. I went through your class and I'm able now to make this better videos than I used to make then. Then on certifications, I must admit for every career that there are bodies that certify. So everyone, whatever career that you're pursuing, there is a way that you can get certified and keep improving on it. Then on the books, I need not increase or say anything. You change based on the books that you read and the people you interact with. Yeah, so I don't know what I can add, but I would love you to highlight what are these specific courses that you have to make it
Yeah.
easier for someone not to think that they have to go to university or college to get these lessons.
Yeah. I have several courses that I offer. I run Career Point Solutions, and some of the key courses that we offer, there are 4 main courses, and they are actually certification. We have project management, we have project monitoring and evaluation, we have strategic management and leadership, and we have fundraising and resource mobilization. And some of these courses, the reason why we focused on them is to help people who mainly want to transition from business, from the corporate world to NGOs, humanitarian and development jobs, because mainly they run projects. So anybody with these skills would really help them. And as we say, you get these skills, you become valuable in that side of the job market, you get paid more. And that is why actually NGOs and development jobs, they do pay a lot. So that is just confirmation of what we are saying. Stop chasing the money, chase continuous learning, the money will come. So let me just proceed and say this. I came to learn about this thing called the E to E ratio. And basically what it means, it is the education versus entertainment. And it is said that the top 5 most successful people spend 95% of their time in education and only 5% of their time in entertainment. While the bigger majority, the bigger 95%, spend 95% of their time in entertainment and only 5% of time in education. And it was quite mind-blowing because when you think about entertainment, it's not just going for parties. It's not just, I don't know, going hiking, having hosting your friends, but also how much time you spend on social media, on WhatsApp, on Instagram, watching, admiring other people. That is still entertainment. But you can be very purposeful and say, I will spend less time in this entertainment stuff, these online things that are meant to keep us in, and focus more on education, educating myself, the online. And that's why we're saying this option. You can be in traffic and reading a book. You can be in traffic and watching a YouTube video that is helping you. You can be on traffic, or you can be somewhere aside in your house on your downtime and consume an online course. So this ratio was quite mind-blowing, and you can try and implement that in your life. Now, most people say, I'm very busy. Where do I get time to do all this stuff? You just need to be very purposeful with your time. And I just want to show you some ideas on how you can be able to create time out of like nowhere. Create a morning and evening routine. Do you know, if you just decide that you will wake up 10 minutes early every day of the year, 10 minutes only, at the end of the year, you would have created around 3,650 minutes for yourself, which divided by 60, it gives you around 60, is it 60 hours? And 60 hours, I don't know how many days those are. Yeah, just by adding 10 minutes of being deliberate. Evening, say before I sleep, I'll take 10 minutes and read a good book, 10 pages. If you read 10 pages per day, Monday to Friday, I'm giving you weekends off. By the end of the year, you will have read about 250 pages. And an average book is about 150 to 200 pages. Those are 10 books. That is almost, no, 12 books. Every month, you've just finished a book. So just being purposeful with your time. Use your commute time well. I've talked about it. But there, a study was done, and they said here in Nairobi, on average, people spend about 2 hours in traffic, depending where you stay and where you work. But on average, 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the evening. And if you just accumulate 2 hours, Monday to Friday, at the end of the year, you have about, if I'm not wrong with the maths, it's about 500 hours created.
Wow.
Just, yeah, being very purposeful with your commute time. Now, think about 500 hours. Do you know a master's program takes about 150 hours for you to complete a master's program? So if you use commute time, in 1 year, you will have like completed 3 master's programs. Mind-blowing, right?
Yeah.
And also work out before and after working hours. Say maybe at home I don't have much time or space to do this. I have children. I have so many other distractions. Why not just arrive a little bit early at work and say, I'll be getting here 1 hour early, do my own personal development when I have peace. Or in the evening, I will stay a little bit longer, 1 hour, 30 minutes, or anything, so that I can develop myself and then I can go. And if you do that, you will be surprised. These are just some ideas for you to create time and be purposeful with that. And so that's the journey of personal development, looking for ways to develop yourself, creating time, training yourself, having more skills that will actually enable you to achieve your goals. A while back, 2019, before the COVID, we did a research and we asked people, which do you think is one of the key skills that if you get will help you get to the next level of your career? And you can see overwhelmingly, people said communication skill is the skill that they would want to get. Yeah. And maybe that is where you can start. Goal setting is another one, time management. And these are soft skills, and they will really help you get to the next level. So maybe this is just an idea for you to figure out where do you start. And I will say this, Warren Buffett, one of the richest people here on earth, said the best investment you can ever have is to invest in yourself. You know why? Because this is where you get the highest return on investment. It is said for every shilling you invest in yourself, you will reap 30 shillings return over time. That is a 3,000% return on investment. Wow. Where else will you get such return on investment? Never. Not in real estate, not in, I don't know, stock. 3,000% return on investment. Only when you decide to invest in yourself. I also want to share with you another rule. It's called the 10-10 rule. This one I got from Brian Tracy. And maybe you're wondering, where do I get the money to fund my personal development? Use this 10-10 rule. And it goes like, we have been brought up in a society where we take 10% of our income and tithe it. We use it to help other people. I want to put it to you. Why not take another 10% of your income and tithe it to yourself? Use it to fund your own personal development. Since 2015, by the way, right now, I'm not even able to finish 10% of my income on personal development. It becomes so much. Why? When I started, that is where I got money to buy books. That is where I got money to sign up for online courses. And with time, my income has continued increasing. So the 10% keeps becoming bigger and bigger. Nowadays, I don't finish. Yeah. But I still try every year to spend some money in my personal development, because I know that is where I will have the greatest return on investment. As I finish, this is a quote by Jim Rohn, again, one of my mentors. And he says, the more valuable you become as an individual, yeah, in your company, the more valuable you become, the more influence you have, the better communicator you are, you manage your time better, you recognize people for their own contribution, and you also become more valuable as a friend, parent, as a spouse, and all that. What this tells me is that when you decide to invest in yourself, the value you have, you don't only keep it for yourself, it actually flows to people around you. Instead of putting money somewhere and then you're just helping someone else, it starts by you helping yourself, and that value goes around and falls around people around you, your spouse, your friends, your parents. Actually, they get the value of what. And when you're moving from one company to another, it's not like you learned this thing in our place, so stay with this, leave your value. You move around with it. So that for us of actually being investing in yourself and becoming a valuable individual. So I have a challenge for your guests, your viewers. This is where I stop. Yeah, I want you to check out some of our courses, careerpoint.co.ke/courses. But also, I want to ask yourself, what is one skill that in the next 6 months, in the next one, I want to be good at? Then head over to this website. It's called futureme.org, which allows you to write an email to yourself. So you can go write an email today and say, let it come to me at the end of the year, or 6 months from now, or 5 months from now. And then just reminding yourself, I said I want to be good in this skill. Then 6 months down the line, when the email comes, hopefully you would have acquired and perfected your skill in that specific skill you pick. And that is where I want to rest my case.
Wow. Dan, that was so eye-opening. It was so profound. I can't believe it that you can, I mean, I know you can build time from what you have, but all of us keep focusing on this, I don't have time, I'm busy. But how you've been able to break it down looks so massive. Like I can add another day on top of what I have. Thank you so much. My viewer, that's Daniel. He was able to take us through goal setting. And now we've been able to he has confirmed to us, it is true, you're paid for the value that you offer. So it's upon me and you and that other person to keep adding the value, and money will follow you. How I look forward that in the next time that you'll be able to have started the journey and money following you, and you confessing that money is now following. And my viewer, just before I go, please make sure you log into the career his link. I'll be able to put it in the comment section, and I'll pin it there so that you're able to follow through. And the good thing is the cost or the value of his courses, the courses are so valuable. For some, when you pay for other companies, you get to pay even, as 500,000 and above. You pay like you're paying for university. But from the comfort of your desk, you log into his courses, and you're able to pay as little can get, and you'll be able to get the same value like if you paid for a bigger course. So my viewer, I just want to encourage you, log into the futureme.org, send yourself the email, and your future is calling. It's waiting for you to see the better version of you. And as we continue working in abundance, yes, the more you keep learning, the more you keep earning. So my call is for you to that. However, I would still want to know what else you'd want to hear from Daniel. Please put it in the comment below and we'll be able to see it. And in case you need anything else, let us know in the comment section. Thank you so much. And please keep subscribing, sharing with your friends so that we keep learning together. I don't know whether you have anything else, Daniel, as we logo.
I think I've said it all. You have also added, you are the average of the 5 people you hang around with, and the book you read, and the kind of content you consume. It is said that we make ourselves through, number one, what we see. So you need to be very deliberate. What am I watching? What you hear? That's, I talked about podcast. Don't just listen to the media, which is just sensational and bad news, but control see and what you hear. It will affect what is up here. And the more skills you get here, the more competent, the money will follow, no doubt.
Wow. Thank you so much. First learner, let's walk in the first lane, let's live in abundance, and we'll for sure meet at the top. Thank you so much.